Hello, and welcome to the show. Too bad we're not more interesting.
Sorry about that.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
It is great to have you with us in this, what's February? This is going to be our
frigid weather.
Our first, didn't even think about, we're celebrating February. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Valentine's Day. Will you be my Valentine today, Terry? Or tomorrow? Or the next day?
Every day, babe.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. Let's talk about our week. We had an exciting week. We picked up a truck. We had a furnace go the day before. Mm-hmm. Furnace quit, and it was only 5 degrees outside. And the furnace decided, you know what? Had enough. Although it's not
wasn't
old.
The furnace.
It wasn't the furnace, no. It was actually a loose connection that someone never tightened, and yet for 6 years it ran and burned the wire. Well, I guess God is watching over us there because...
Yep, the breaker, it did what it was supposed to. It tripped the breaker, and the breakers all, and then the furnace quit. And so then we knew there was a problem.
Yeah, it was cost $400, which something I probably could have...
Done on your own.
Probably could have found on my own at some point, but whatever.
We did not know, though, that there was a breaker inside the furnace. He probably should have showed you a little bit about the furnace.
He might have. It's been 6 years. Maybe I just plain forgot. It's been running so well. So we pick up the truck on Saturday. We go get that.
And so everyone's asking me how you like your truck.
I love the truck.
Nathan asked me today how you like the truck.
I didn't drive it today, but I love it. I like the way it rides. I like it. It's not, and I think you drove it.
Yeah. It doesn't ride like a truck.
No, it's a Ford Maverick, in case you're wondering. I waited 15 months to get one. And I'll tell you what, the only thing I think that I wish I should have added maybe, by the way, a friend of mine that works at work, he does a lot of production, a lot of cars. He called me today. He said, I'm sorry, because he was going to look into, like, should I try and, barter down? And I was telling him the price and everything. He says, you got a good deal. So we got a good deal.
Okay, that's good.
And I thought we did. I really do. I thought we got a good deal.
The only thing I really was puzzled is that it has a key.
Yeah, it doesn't have the push button. Yeah, it's the key.
I thought everything went push button.
And all our new trucks at work are all key.
Are they?
Fords, yeah. All the 150s, they're all key.
Oh, so they went back to the key.
I don't know if they went back there, just never changed over for the certain vehicles. I don't know, like the new Escape, does it have a key or does it have a push? I don't know.
I don't know.
But so we still got the Escape, but not for long. It's going to be sold. And so things are, falling into place. And so we did that. What else did we do? Well, you got to see Fenn and Beckett. I did not. I'll see them Friday.
Well, I didn't get to see them on Friday because the snow.
Oh, that's right.
And then Monday.
But you saw them Monday and Wednesday.
I only saw Beckett on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. You cheated on Fenn.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And I feel like I cheated.
So if Fenn's listening, we're sorry.
Yeah. Well, I only had Beckett from 10 till about 2:30.
I'm sure he's playing with his dino bones.
Mm-hmm.
Dino bones.
Yeah, that's what he got up and said on Monday.
So we got got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this marathon runner that got disqualified, and we're going to talk about what disgusting smell that someone else might think it's disgusting, but to you like the smell. So it's kind of
we have a friend
subjective.
that likes skunk.
Yes, a very good friend that likes skunk, likes this. I don't know if she still does, but they did like the smell
skunk.
of it.
Yeah, when you would ride and it was
how
smashed on the road, and she's like, "Oh, I like that smell." And we're like, "Ew, you're gross." Yeah, but yeah,
it's all good. It's all subjective and what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so we'll talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about this runner. I saw this story, and it's not really, again, some of these things get on my list, and then I kind of get away from it. But this Chinese marathon runner, he was disqualified. Now, if I tell you an athlete is disqualified, what's the first thing that runs through your mind when someone is disqualified?
Either they cheating, or they ran out of the course in some,
or they used
some kind of
Well, none of the above.
Tested positive for some kind of drug or something.
Not this poor guy. This is a Chinese marathon runner. He's 56 years old. He ran a full 26.2 miles. And the entire time that he ran, he chain smoked. The entire 26.2 miles.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Now, I'm going to be honest. Apparently, because
he ran and smoked at the same time.
Yes, he was smoke. Yeah, he would run, and he would, have a cigarette. I don't know if he had like people in place
along the way to give him a cigarette, because you wouldn't. Where would you hold?
You can't
him?
stop.
Yeah,
and he did it in 3 hours and 28 minutes. So he chain smoked, and he completed it. Oh yeah, he also did it again. This is his second time. And he finished
and
from...
why did they disqualify him? For chain smoking?
You're not allowed to smoke in the track or something, I guess. I don't know. The Article 2-12 states uncivilized behavior from runners such as open defecation. Well, now listen, we've seen runners that, that are going the grueling effect and they poop themselves. It's not that they do it on purpose. It happens, but that's disqualification.
Oh, is it? If you poop on the, they should have a porta potty on the course.
Well, you can't. I guess you could.
So that they could run to the porta potty and poop and keep on going.
Maybe they I don't know. Maybe they do it anyway. So smoking is on that list. Trampling on flower beds or green spaces.
Really?
Yeah, that also you'd be disqualified.
So if you get dizzy and have to sit down and you didn't notice that there's a flower there, you're disqualified.
Sit on the curb. That's what I would suggest.
Well, what if you're so dizzy you can't see where you're sitting?
Take a taxi to the finish line. You're gonna smash flowers. Just take an Uber, get to the finish. But
you're disqualified either way. Then
I just thought it was interesting that he smoked the entire time. He chain smoked, 26.2 miles.
I'm surprised he had enough breath to go if he was smoking.
He's 56, so he's been smoking. It wasn't like. So I thought that story was kind of interesting because I can see him running because they show
with
a picture.
Cigarette hanging out of it. You know how people drive with it hanging out.
He's running with that
mouth?
cigarette. He's got the cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
You always say, "Oh, she's too busy smoking a cigarette."
He was the picture I saw or the short video. He was running and lighting it. So I don't know how he,
he must have had a pack in his pocket and a lighter in his pocket then.
I don't know. Maybe his legs rubbed together and started the fire, because he's running. That started, you do two sticks together. Mm. He's a skinny guy too. He's not very, very big. So chain smoking and running. I'm not sure that I would recommend that to most of our fans, but if that's what you got to do to get through 26.2 miles. I was thinking, how would I do? I couldn't do 26. So our daughter-in-law did it. She did the half, right?
She did a half. I think she did. I think it's
26,
one
wasn't it? Yeah.
The first
she
year
didn't smoke.
The first time she did it half, and then the second time she did the full.
Yeah, no smoking involved. I do know that. So congratulations. Well, no, not congratulations because he was disqualified, but he made the paper because he.
Cross the finish line.
You think he'd know that, right? If he's a runner, he did it before.
Well, maybe he did it just to prove a point. Just because I'm smoking doesn't mean I can't do this.
What about secondhand? Well, you're outside, so it should be okay. He came in 574th out of 1,500 runners. That's not bad, is it?
Oh no, that's the upper half
for a guy that chain smoked the entire way.
That's an upper half, wouldn't you say?
I think, I got to give him lots of credits for that. So anyway, that's our story of the day. There was another story. What was the story I just read? Oh man, I can't remember what it is now. Anyway, let's do this one. So Terry's, you went to Gabe's and Sam's and bought some clothes.
Yeah.
So they launched this on social media, and we'll ask our fans out there too what they think of this. But which I don't have the speak pipe done yet. Still working on that. Anyway, Do you wash the clothes you just bought before you wear them?
A lot of times I do.
Most experts say you should. Not only to rinse out some of the residue dyes and chemicals used in the factories, but swabs have been taken from brand new clothing in stores which found all types of pathogens, such as respiratory secretions, and believe it or not, the good old fecal matter.
On
Yep.
brand new clothes.
This is due to either people having tried on the clothes before you or from handling them in the factories.
So they went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands.
Well, either that or didn't have any underwear on and they tried the clothes on and
That's how it is.
and really kind of, had a...
I bought shirts this time, so it's not like,
okay. Well, you could have had booby sweat and could have been in there.
That's gross.
Do a swab. Were you sweating?
I know, but like at Sam's, most people don't try on
can't.
things. You usually, they used to let me. Whenever they would be on sale like that, I would take them in the bathroom. That one lady always, she'd say, "What do you have?" I said, "Well, I just got these two. I want to see, And she would, and that way I would know which size
go in
to
the
buy.
bathroom.
Yeah, when they were especially on sale, when they went, because I buy a lot of. Look, I bought things at Sam's once again. What was it, $3.89 or something for shirts, and I spent $13.99.
Yeah.
Or $12.99 on a similar shirt at Gabe's. So Sam's beats Gabe's a lot when they go on clearance.
No, especially when
you
they go
gotta
on
watch
sale.
them. You gotta watch them on clearance. I just love Sam's clearance.
Well, we have done really well. With the
how
Sam's
many
clearance.
pairs of exercise pants did I get for $1.88 at Sam's? I mean, you can't buy them any place. You can't buy them at Gabe's for that.
I always go do the list, and Terry goes straight to the clothes. Goes straight to the clothes
To see what's marked down.
on sale.
Well, how many Carter's kids outfits have I gotten for $3 or less?
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's just how it's worked out. It's we've got some great deals. These pants I'm wearing now were only $6. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean it's a great deal. Okay, next question. You ready?
Yep.
And this is for our fans out there too. You can let us know on Spotify. I believe Spotify, and I'm hoping to get SpeakPipe going. SpeakPipe is a way where you can contact, leave a message, and I'm hoping to get that going. I just been a little busy.
You have to have time to look at it.
I've been a little busy. What did your significant other do in the delivery room while you were giving birth? Now, for some people, this might bring up some bad memories. So I apologize to those of you that
You paced
may have
the first time.
The first time I paced.
All you could say was my feet hurt. My feet hurt.
Yeah, the first time I did. That is
Of course,
true.
it was during the night too. We didn't go up there till 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
the first time.
And he wasn't born till 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Because I was trying to figure out whether I was in labor after dinner, and then I let you sleep till 11 or so, and then I said I need an enema.
Yeah, I did the pacing the first time because there was a lot of pacing. I don't
you
think
were
we even
standing
we
in the
weren't
wrong
tracking
place for the-
steps back then. That would have been perfect for it. I had my 10,000 plus. But yeah, I paced a lot, and then but when it came time, I was there.
Yeah, you saw the wrong things
I saw a lot. Yeah, more than I needed to see.
because you went white as a ghost.
I did, but I didn't faint. So
You
they didn't have
faint,
to. They
but
didn't have to.
You looked like you were going to. They said, "Are you okay? Do you need to sit down?"
Well, I mean, there was the cutting. It was the scissoring, and the well, he was what do you call it?
Posterior.
He was posterior, yeah. So, and they tried to turn him a little bit, and yeah, it was
Is
RJ.
that when I threatened to kick him?
I think so.
And so they tied my feet down.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. I was kind of in a like, when is this going to be over? Not that I was the one that ain't paying, because I wasn't even paying. It was just I knew I couldn't do, and you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It would you want to do something, but there's nothing you can do except tell you got to breathe. Do your breathing exercises. I'll sing your song, or whatever. You didn't have a song that you wanted to hear. You just wanted it out. And then you had the epidural. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You had epidural, and then, so that you did that, and then, like I said, it was a long. What time did we get there? It was at night. 11.
It was like 11:30, and then
we went through the night,
and I was really pissed because I missed lunch. Remember, I made you go to Burger King and get me a Whopper because they didn't hold me a lunch tray, and it was 1:00, and I was so hungry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I was so hungry.
But you had it at 1:27, I thought.
Yeah, and so and they didn't.
Well, you were in mid-push. You couldn't eat a hamburger in mid-push.
They didn't keep me in a lunch tray. They could have kept something along the way for me.
Oh, you mean afterwards?
Yeah, I made you go get me a Whopper. I had to go get a hamburger. Well, at least we were in town. It wasn't like when you had back surgery and I had to find the pharmacy in Pittsburgh before we went home on Christmas Eve and had to be there before like 2:00 or maybe it was 5:00. I don't know. Before they closed.
Before they closed. Remember that? Mm-hmm. On Christmas Eve, having back surgery.
Yeah. Did I go home that night? I didn't go home till the next morning.
You didn't go home.
But you had to go get the prescription so I could go home the
Christmas
next day.
Mm-hmm. So, and I think that was the second one, I think. Or maybe it was the third one.
That might have been the second one.
I think it was the second one.
Mm-hmm. Was that Passivit?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. So yeah, I paced. What did your significant other do while you were giving birth? And I apologize.
Watch football if it's football season.
Yeah, if that causes a lot of issues, I apologize. Maybe skip over that and go to this one. This might cause you more issues. Whose job is it to take care of the baby at night? So you just had the baby, right? You just went through all that. And who knows? Maybe you brought your video game.
I nursed, so I took care of the baby. If they needed fed, I took care of them.
Wasn't there a story about a guy that brought all his equipment to play video games while she was having the baby?
Yeah,
I thought we read that
video
story.
Games, yep. He played video games while she was
But anyway,
in
that story in the delivery. So now, you have the baby's at home, and you got the feedings at night. You're waking the baby up every 3 hours, which I don't understand.
I don't wake.
But they do
I never
that.
woke my baby up.
They do that.
I never woke my baby
I don't understand that whole thing.
If they woke up, I fed them.
Right, because I figure when they're hungry, they're going to say, hey, I'm hungry. Not exactly like that, but yeah. Yeah, they're going to scream it out. But
unless they're like Zachary and just scream all the time because they're colic.
So this is nowadays, men are getting some of the some time, like 2 weeks, maybe longer. I don't know what it is for maternity type leave,
paternity
to help
leave,
paternity, to help, paternity to help with the baby.
Especially if the woman has cesarean or anything. Like if you have any other kids and she has cesarean, she's not allowed to pick up them kids. She's not allowed to pick up certain amounts of weight.
Right.
So she needs to heal. So you need that time because she needs help for her.
Well, I think when you go back to work too, more, if the men go back to work. So, depending on it, hopefully the baby's not colic.
Yeah.
That's could be we've had that. Our last one was colicky. But my point is, what I'm trying to get to is, I think there should be some share.
You took turns with the colic, though.
I did. You should share in you're both responsible. I mean, help out a little bit. Mm-hmm. If you want a little bit later to have another child, you're going to have to help out during this child.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people have one child.
Yeah. Well, that and other reasons
Daddy
too.
didn't help with the first one. I'm not having another one.
Yeah, we're not doing another one. That might be. Who knows? But we shared. We've done even and RJ and Lauren. You could see they do it too. They tag team and try to help out, and it's tough. They have a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old.
Right now,
going to be a 5-month-old. He
mainly does a 2-year-old, and she does the 4-month-old.
I think so. I think because she takes because she's there.
She's nursing,
right? Yeah. And again, if you can communicate and talk about how you'd like to, work things out, then that's what it's all about, is planning and.
We were through everything when our third one came.
We were. Well, everything was, that's true.
I just remember when I said I needed to go take a test, you kept saying, I don't want to buy diapers again. I don't want to buy diapers. I can't believe we have to buy diapers. And I said, I got to lay on the table and spit the kid out.
Yeah. Which one was it I had to, the second one? The second one I had to drag because you got up and you were sitting at the edge of the bed. And I said, what's the matter? Weren't you going to be induced? Or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I went into labor before.
You went into labor and you said, I think I'm in labor.
No, I
Right?
said, ooh, I had pains.
Well, but you didn't want to go.
And you kept saying you're in labor. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going. You can't make me go.
Listen to the rest of this story because she was, and I'm not a doctor. She's laying there. She didn't want to go because, of course, the first time. It makes sense. I understand
The first
that.
time it was all night thing.
Now, we're only 5 minutes from the hospital. Literally 5 minutes up the street here. That's how close it is to Washington Hospital.
So we were in.
So I drag her because she didn't. I had to dress her. I had to put her socks on or sweat or whatever. I don't know what all I had to put on because she wasn't really wanting to go. But we couldn't have the baby in the water bed. It's hard enough to do other things in the water bed besides having a baby. So we get her up there, put her in the wheelchair, and I hear the guy say, how far along do you think you are? And she goes, well, I just had one. I'm having another one. And man, I've never seen a guy move so fast in all my life.
I had 2 contractions in the elevator going up.
Into the elevator up. And so I go into the room. Terry's already, they got you all ready to go. Like
You didn't even get in the room.
Well,
didn't they tell you?
No,
didn't they tell you to get your paper? You forget your paper clothes, you were missing it.
She handed me the clothes as I'm walking in the room. I'm getting ready to tear. I didn't even tear the package open. And they said, it's a boy. We got there at 5. He was born at 5:30.
You didn't even get your paper clothes.
Never got him on.
We were, was it 4 and 4?
I thought it was 5 and 5:30.
I thought it was 4 and 4:30. I don't remember.
I thought it was 5 and 5:30.
But within a half an hour from
half an hour.
We were
easy.
in the emergency room at 4, and we had the baby in our arms at 4:30 or 5
or whatever.
It
But
was,
it was a half an hour, regardless of what time.
And an hour later, I was up and showering. And they said, boy, you're doing good. And I said, well, this was a breeze.
That was a breeze.
After the first one. The first one I had, I don't know how many hours of labor and 3 hours of pushing. The second one I had, 3 or 4 pushes and there was a baby. And I barely got out of the elevator before I started pushing.
But he was bigger.
Oh, he was bigger.
He was bigger than Artie. Artie was 7 pounds. Or 6 pounds.
6 pounds.
7 ounces.
13 or 14 ounces. Yeah.
So Nathan was like 8, wasn't he?
He was almost 9 pounds.
Almost
he
9
was
pounds.
8 pounds. Yeah, he was almost 9 pounds.
So he was, a lot bigger, and yet, boom, half hour, there he is. So for those of you that are thinking, I don't know if I want to
I wonder how much I slept through labor. I can't believe I slept through labor that much.
That's true. That's a good point.
But I woke up when they were back to back, and then we got up there, and like I said, I got in the elevator. I was already having another one, and I said, I feel like I need to push. And that guy was flipping out. He goes, I'm new here. I've never delivered. Don't you have this baby on me?
That was interesting. Yeah, he was gone, man.
He was like,
where'd he
go?
delivered
me in that room, and off he went.
He was gone.
He was like, here, someone take care of her. She having. They barely got me on the bed. Oh, you can push. They said, oh, don't push, honey. And I said, I feel like I need to push. And they kept, don't push. And as soon as they looked at me, they said, oh, you can go ahead and push.
Yeah, you're already where you need to be. You're popped and ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more before we take a break. A couple little things before we get to. I'm going to talk about this might be some. If you have a dog and you like, especially an older dog, sometimes like purebreds, they don't live as long.
Yeah.
Well, I might have something to help you out there. So a story that came out. We're going to talk about that. We'll also talk about something that Terry and I have been wanting to do. It's on our bucket list, naked biking. I mean, it's something that we've always said.
Whose bucket list is that on?
If we're going to do it, let's just do it. Find out what the best places are to go naked biking. I mean, come on.
Is this motorbiking?
No, this is actually a bike. This is a 10-speed bike.
I'm not even going to sit on a seat of a 10-speed bike with clothes on, let alone without clothes on. It hurts my butt.
I thought that was on your bucket list. I could swear it was on that one.
It hurts my butt.
Things. After
those little tiny seats.
Yes. Anyway, talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the weirdest smells or the disgusting smells that you like, but other people think are disgusting. But first, how long do you think people stick with a hobby? Now, I consider what I'm doing right now kind of a hobby because, I'm not making any money. Now, if I was making money and working at it full time, it's not a hobby, but I'm talking hobbies. So How long?
So you've stuck with it for a life. You actually went to school for broadcasting.
Yeah.
And you like doing your radio station.
I do like it. It's some days I'm like, what am I doing? But other days it's just because it's not like I'm pretending. I'm out there. I'm in 8, 9, 10, 15 different countries. That every day there's a new country that pops up to listen to the station. We've had people in China, Russia, Italy, Japan. I mean, the Philippines, some oddball places you wouldn't even, think about. That I was like,
I should have texted Cassie while she was in Italy and said, "Hey, spread the word around about our radio station."
Yeah, so that part of it kind of like keeps me kind of going. That kind of stuff. That too. I mean, I'm still paying money for it, but it's a kind of an expensive hobby, sort of. But anyway, so how long do you think most people stick with a hobby? The shelf life of a hobby. Might be surprised. Those of you at home can answer.
I think some of them are
Scream in your radio.
Some of them are their full life. Like I started crocheting in high school out of necessity for my mother to finish something for my brothers for Christmas. I might have been middle school.
Well,
probably middle school.
It's
maybe.
not. So if you want to narrow it down, it's not the lifetime.
And I'm still doing it. So
they did this poll of 2,000 people. So the shelf life of a hobby is 16 months. So a little over a year. Almost a year and a half. Well, not even a year and a half. Well, yeah, year and a half.
About a year and a half.
So they did this, and they identified that
18 months is a year and a half. So
okay, so work commitments were in busy life with a family. Lack of motivation are some of the reasons people just don't stick with it.
Yeah, because you started golfing and you don't do it.
Oh, golf. Yeah, that was, I actually was into it, went with Bob and Ralph and them, and I just can't, I don't know. It was fun, and then it's fun up until like the 9th hole, and then you're like, what am I doing? I can't, I'm not, if you're good at it, maybe it's more fun. I wasn't horrible. I'm not great by no means. But after a while, you get tired of watching the ball go in the woods and trying to find it. I don't know. I just have it didn't, I don't even think.
I know, and we have golfing with our timeshare.
Yeah, I know. Well, that wasn't.
And you've never used it.
No.
We bought the timeshare
not
right
for
after.
the golfing, though.
No, I know, but right after you did start golfing, so I thought, oh, you'll use the golfing, and you never
did
used
because
it.
I'd rather sit on the beach.
Yes.
I'd rather be on the beach than sweat have gooch grease in my pants, chasing a white ball. That's just it.
Or be at the pool, or
I'd rather be
any place,
any place. I just don't. And there's a nice golf course right there.
Yeah.
All I had to do is come out of the door, walk 50 feet, maybe 100, and it's right there. So I don't know, it's just goofy. But 25% adults have quit a hobby, and then they never used any of the items or accessories that they purchased for it. Now that's some of the things that keeps me going.
You do have golf clubs.
Oh, I know, but I don't. Yeah, but I didn't pay a lot for them. I think I paid $100.
And you did use them.
I use them for a year, and then other people have used them. And in fact, if anybody's looking for clubs, they're not great. But if you need a set of clubs, I'll sell them to you like $50.
No, well, you've loaned them to your kids, and your kids have used them.
Yeah,
so
well, I'm not sure. Nathan's the
is,
only one that's golfed, and his hips are so bad. He's probably not going to have.
He said his one is really hurting him today.
But see, my thing, he's got 2 dogs he's trying to take care of in this rainy, muddy. It's got to be just nasty bringing the dogs in and wiping their paws all the time. But some of the things that keeps me going is some of the equipment that I've bought keeps me going because I want to make sure I get my money's worth out of it.
Yeah,
do have a lot of money. I do have a lot of equipment and money and equipment. So, and that's one of the reasons why I want it to sound good. I think our podcast sounds pretty good, although this noise in here and this noise up here, hopefully, I don't know. It's just that this setup is not perfect, but it's good enough.
We've had to rearrange a couple times.
Now, is there a hobby that you have had? I'm trying to think of a hobby. I know you crochet. Is that?
I swim. Those are.
Well, I know, but you in the wintertime you don't get to swim.
No, at all.
So maybe naked biking is the way we can go to a really nice.
You ain't getting me
go
naked
south.
Bike. You can get me on a bike no matter what.
We can go south and do one of them 2, like 2-seaters. We can be
if you can
front
find
to
a
back.
wide seat. so it doesn't hurt my butt, and
biking.
I'm not sitting on that thing naked, so it
just
can
doesn't
stick up
sound
my
comfortable.
crawl. There's no way.
I don't know. For those with a hobby, the average person will dedicate about 245 hours a year to it, more than 10 days over a 10-month period. So, some people do get a chance to stick with it. Oh, we never finished talking about the clothing, did we? Washing the clothes. Did we finish that?
And washing? I don't know if you did.
I don't think so.
You said there was stuff
Oh,
on
yeah,
there.
fecal matter.
Yeah,
that's right, fecal.
You said.
The fecal
gross,
matter, that's right. Yeah.
And I don't know how they would be on...
Would you try clothes on though, and there might be fecal matter on it?
Now it's
Does that
gross.
bother you now?
Now, yeah, because
But you can't come home.
You try them on because you want to know if they fit before they come home.
Well,
but now I'm like...
You can't bring them home and wash them and take them back.
The thing about it is, that's why I thought they had those little plastic liners stuck in your swimsuits and stuff, so that you're getting the fecal matter on the plastic, not the...
They're not talking about that, and they're not saying that.
But how could you? How do they get fecal matter on a shirt?
Because people don't wash their hands,
That's so
put
gross.
the shirt on,
That is
rub
so
their
gross.
nose, armpits, scratch their Gucci, whatever. I don't know.
That's gross.
And putting it on the clothes. You'll never try clothes on again, will you? I can see it now. You are done trying on clothes.
Oh, God.
But you can't. You don't want to bring it home and it don't fit.
I know.
But the whole time you're in the dressing room, you'll think,
It's Sam's Club. You take it home, it don't fit, you take it back.
yeah, I know, but just bringing it home doesn't mean that the fecal matter's gone. You're bringing it with you in the car. Now you're putting it in my car. And you can't wash it and take it back.
So you have to try it on.
So you got to try it on. You're going to have to buy one of them swabs every time you're going to swab it. See
if there's anything
if there's
on
any
it.
fecal matter on my clothes I'm going to try on. All right, we come back. We'll talk. We're going to talk about if a spouse leaves for a week or so, do you do anything different while they're gone? And I'll explain that in a minute. And then we'll do Terry's bucket list of naked biking. And then, we got to do the man's best friend. This is an interesting story about your dog. I mean, this is, this is coming from a guy that doesn't have a dog. I like dogs.
Doesn't want a dog.
I don't want a dog. I love the dogs we have. My kids have.
You love them because they go home.
I love them because they're at their own home. That's beautiful. I love it. And
But we've had dogs at this house.
We have.
Anika was here. Rigby was here. We had Ranger for 15 years. And now you've decided that Ranger was a very good dog after all these other dogs.
Yeah, I have. He was good. All right, so we come back. We'll talk about all that stuff and more. So stay where you are. Unless you have to go to the bathroom.
And then take a quick break.
Yeah, then you just put us on pause. Don't take us in with you because you might spill some fecal matter on us. So I don't want that.
Okay.
Splashing. And close the lid when you flush. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world. Or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. And all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter. And they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. All right, Tara, I have a question for you. Ready?
Yep.
So, is there something that I do? This was posted on social media, and they were discussing some of these best comments. If a spouse leaves for a couple days, or maybe even a week, and you left for Michigan
for a week, no, it was 4 days,
4 or 5 days. What's the first thing that you adjust in your house that they wouldn't tolerate? So apparently there's something that you do there, whatever. Like if I'm gone, which I'm not, you're usually the one that travels.
Yeah,
you're the traveler.
Yeah, you don't go.
I don't go. Unless I'm with you.
Yeah.
So then we can't, So if I were to leave for a week, is there something in the house that you would adjust? Something that just, kind of drives you nuts?
I don't think so.
No. Well, this person said, I sleep in the middle of the bed. So apparently they like to just have the whole bed to themselves.
Oh, I might. I mean, it just depends on
more room.
Yeah.
And someone else said, because the significant other doesn't like Chinese food, they order Chinese food every single night
while they're gone.
Yeah. I don't have. We both kind of liked. I think today you had this was tuna today, and I like the way you did this tuna with that.
It was tuna steaks.
That topping you put on there.
It was like a salsa tomato.
It was really good because I'm not really a tuna, but that salsa thing you put on top. Did you use any of the stuff we got from Moe's? Is that part of it? Oh
no, I didn't even remember that I had that.
I thought you did.
I should have.
Yeah, I was thinking that's what that was. Oh, I bet that would have been good on there.
I used fresh tomatoes and stuff.
Well, yeah. But you could have still put some of the other.
I could have put a couple teaspoons of that. It would have been a little bit spicier, a little bit kickier.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of something that the only thing I do is go around, close all the doors that Terry won't close. Other than that, I don't. You don't really.
Well, I wasn't in that cupboard over there.
Well, I just got in.
I didn't leave that.
No, I know.
I didn't leave that one open. You can't blame me.
No, I did that one because I might be putting this all back in if the grandkids come this weekend. I need to put all this equipment back in.
Well, this is our Friday to both be there, so I wondered if they'll come this weekend. Last weekend they didn't come because of snow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be warm. It's been nice, actually. I mean, rainy, but it hasn't been too bad. But there's nothing really that I would do. There's nothing that
you don't eat something.
I don't eat.
Different.
I don't make.
I mean, anything. I usually before I leave, I usually make up meals. Like I make sure there's at least one night of leftovers for you, and I have a frozen pizza or something in there, and a couple frozen TV dinners I had for you. Right?
Yes.
I try to pick out ones that I think you'll like.
Right, but I don't really. I don't know. I don't really eat. You
probably snack all the time.
Yeah. Well, I snack all the time.
Like if there's a pack of cookies, you eat them instead of meals, right?
I do. I snack all the time. I'm really bad at it, to be honest.
Well, I got all the rest of the cookies out, babe, so they're all yours.
Okay. Last one I want to talk about.
I ate 2 or 3 today.
Well, last 2, but before we get to the disgusting smell, and this was interesting because I had the opposite happen to me, but this person wanted to know, would you keep the money? Here's the scenario. You ready? And ladies and gentlemen, you can give us an answer too if you'd like. The ATM that they were at spit out $790 more than they asked for. But the statement that the person got only had what they wanted. So it doesn't really say what they want. So maybe they only take $200 out, but it gave them $790, but the receipt only said $200. So the bank was closed. Do you wait till tomorrow and go back?
Yeah, because someone had to balance.
Or do you keep the money?
And they're going to figure out that someone who used it that night. And what if only 2 people used it that night? You might both get arrested.
Well, they would, but the thing of it is, they wouldn't know. Well, yeah, they could. They could be
and
able to
there's cameras
timestamp
at everything now.
Yeah. See, my thing is, I did.
And that's time stamped. When
Mine was the opposite. Remember, I went in to deposit, and I put money in, and it was. I said I put in 400. I put it in, and then it said 100, and then it quit and never gave my money back. It kept the money, said I only deposited 100, and so now I'm
you're out 300.
I'm out $300, so I'm like, well, I'm not doing.
So in that case, you want to go back and tell them.
Well, that's what I said. Either way, I think if it spit out that kind of money, I got to go back. It's one thing to find it on the street.
Yeah.
Then you kind of think, well, I'll wait and see if somebody says something.
It.
Kind of put it away and say, okay, somebody needs, probably need it more than I. Well, no, I could use it too. Car payment. Never thought in my life I'd have 2 car payments. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway. So I think we both agree we'd go back.
Yeah, I mean, I would go back. Someone has to balance that machine, and there may be a way to trace it. A lot of people say, oh, they're never going to find it. But like you said, if it's time-stamped, and they know that it's between this time and that time, and there was only 2 or 3 users, they're going to be calling them users. And if you're lying to them, you could be found out, and it's your integrity that's, I
was going to fix my mic. Heck with it. Okay. So, yeah, I think, what would you do, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know in the comments. Would you go back, or would you keep it like you hit the lottery? But I think they would find out. They would say, are you sure you didn't get extra money? Because they would call. Because they would have your number. They would have the card, right, when you put the card in.
This cash machine was this much short.
Or your bank number, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Your account number.
And there were 2 bank numbers used in that time, and yours is one of them.
Yeah. Well, we got to do the naked biking thing. Should I do the naked biking?
Hit me with it. I mean, I'm never going naked biking with you, so
these are the best.
Willingly.
These are the best places to go, best cities for naked biking. I don't know why this ever,
came up.
Because I have no idea.
I don't know who would want to go.
I've had this for a while, and I haven't been able to use it.
Well, the thing about it is those stupid little 10-speed bike seats are horrible. I don't know anyone who would want to sit naked on that thing when it's so skinny and up your,
So they compared 200 of the biggest cities, and they based them on 5 categories. They looked at naked biking events. So some of these cities
actually have events.
Have events. Local interest in nude cycling. We want to see how interested are they. The bikeability of the streets, probably. And legal bumps. I mean, bumps, if you're, depending on how big the bump is.
That could really hurt.
You end up with a seat up your
keister.
Yeah. And then also you have to look at public nudity laws. So the nudity laws are important too. So those are some of the metrics that they use. So here are the top 10 cities to go naked biking. Let me ask you this while we're sitting here. Is there a city that you thought of, like
Los Angeles?
Ding, that's number 6. Very good. That's number 6
San Francisco
on the list. That's number 8. Very good, Terry.
Florida. Well, I'm trying to think South Florida.
Believe it or not, no, Florida's
really?
not. Florida is not. Hold on, let me see. Okay, that's another. Okay, they're not on this top 10 list.
Okay, but they are.
But they're in. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But they're not on the top 10. Let me make sure. I better make sure it's not. No, they're not. Some of these are kind of surprising. But you had San Francisco, number 8. You said Los Angeles, number 6.
New York City.
New York, number 4. You're getting closer to the number 1. Because you got 8, 6, and 4.
Washington, D.C.
No, they're not on there. But yeah, they're.
I just thought.
I know.
I just thought that because I think a lot of people would want to moon their senator or whatever.
To me, this is surprising because this is number 10, number 9. I'll give you these 2. Ready? Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Madison, Wisconsin.
Or 9 and 10.
9 and 10. You wouldn't think they would be 9. You know what I mean? Just, yeah.
Well, because it's cold half the year there.
So you already mentioned San Francisco. Number 7 is, if I give you, I think they call it the Windy City. Is that Chicago?
Yeah.
I just gave it away. Chicago's number 7. There's a place in Texas that's number 5. Austin, Texas.
Austin.
Good place to go nude biking. You said New York. Seattle is number 3. Now we're down to the top 3.
Seattle. It's rainy there all the time.
Seattle.
You slip and that
slide
bike's ready to go up your keister.
Yeah. Portland, Oregon, number 2. And the number 1 city to go naked biking, and I got to be honest, never entered my mind. It's right here in Pennsylvania, in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, PA.
Are you serious? Number 1.
Number 1
Philadelphia,
for
PA.
naked biking.
It's cold.
I know.
It's cold in PA
Makes
half
no
the
sense.
year, too. I wouldn't want to.
Now, in case you're wondering,
Well, Seattle and,
Pittsburgh.
Portland.
Pittsburgh is number 35.
Okay.
So we're number 34. We're in the list. We're in the top 50. All right. So these are the some of the findings. Most nudist per 100,000 residents. And I'm sure you can guess what state.
California.
No. Try the other one down south.
Florida.
Yes. Of the five on the top 5, you have Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, Atlanta come in 3rd, Miami, and Orlando. So they're the most nudist is all in Florida, except for Georgia, which came in Atlanta in number 3. Fewest nudist per 100,000 residents.
Alaska.
You would think, but no. Elk Grove, California, which is, California. It's a couple. Salinas, Helena? Is that how you say Florida? Helena? I don't know. Hialeah. North Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Yeah, Las
well.
Vegas, yeah. You'd think there'd be people just running around.
Oh, yeah,
Las
with
Vegas.
all those shows and stuff, taking their tops
And
off.
South Dakota. I could see South Dakota being.
Well, it's kind of cold. North Dakota and South Dakota.
And then, let's see. Most Google searches for world naked bike riding. Portland came in number 1, New York, Chicago, LA, and St. Louis. So there's just some of them places. But Philadelphia coming in number 1 for naked biking. I mean, come on. Would you have guessed that? Because there's no way I would have said Philadelphia.
No, it's not like a place I would.
So anyway, all right. So now let's talk a little bit about your furry friend. Because, well...
Which one? I have 4 furry friends.
Well, you do. And they're all, well, except for Rigby, he's kind of a multi, right? He's multiple.
Yeah, he's a mutt.
He's a mutt. Titus is a corgi. And then you have 2 huskies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Okay. So this San Francisco biotech company has announced that the FDA has conditionally approved its longevity drug for dogs. What do you think of that?
It makes them live longer?
Loyal, the name of the company is called Loyal, claims that its life-lengthening injections, known as LOI-001, it works by decreasing the amount of growth hormone IGF, which is in abundance in large dogs. It's for like larger dogs. And the problem...
Rigby's larger, he's going to live shorter?
I was thinking like Great Danes, because they don't live long.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like
Husky, their husky, lived 12 years?
10 or 12?
Years, 12 years, yeah.
The problem is that it not only causes larger breeds to grow, this is the IGF, it also reduces their lifespan. This helps explain why smaller dogs can live some as long as 20 years.
15 years, Ranger lived.
But very large dogs, such as Great Danes and Newfoundlands, they're really big dogs. I don't know what that is.
They have what is that one called? It's like a big, hairy one, like a bear.
Like a Saint Bernard? Bigger?
Yeah, but it's a bigger one than that, yeah.
But they only live 7 to 8 years. Like Great Danes and Newfoundlands might only live 7 or 8 years.
Oh.
But this injection would only be given to dogs over 7. So they would have to already be like almost 7 years old.
So they'd have to be Rigby's
because
age.
they don't want to interfere with the growth. If they give it early, then it might interfere with the growth. So, and it's not known how many years this will actually add to the dog's life. Now, still remember, this is still in
trials.
The drug must still undergo a series of very complicated tests. They're hoping to make it available in 2026. So, I mean...
So if you just got a puppy that's going to be a big dog, you might want to look into it.
I mean, you know, let's be honest. If you're a dog lover, this is perfect, you know, because dogs don't live long enough, except for that rolling in the poo thing, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's
yeah.
Rigby
that's
does that, rolls in the poo.
Oh, he rolls in. He tries to roll and get himself free from the chain.
So would you think this
and he does it.
I guess it would depend on how much it cost. Do you think it'd be worth trying?
I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of money in vets. Why not one more shot?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Let me see what's on my list here because I got that.
I mean, I don't know. Ouch.
Oh, what happened? Did it fall on you?
Yep, fell.
Oh, do we need to tighten it here? Hold on.
No, that's okay. I mean, we don't
have much longer.
Okay.
Mine's fallen too. Did you hit it?
I bumped it, and it just went boom.
Well, you're going to be uncomfortable the whole time.
That's okay.
All right, let's do the disgusting smells. You ready?
Yep.
And then we'll get out of here. All right. So, Terry, do you have a smell that's kind of an odd smell that you kind of
I like?
Yeah.
Trying to think. Is there one? I don't know.
This person says they like when you kick the furnace on
and
first
it smells
time.
like it's kind of burning.
You know how it smells? They like that smell. One person says they like burning dust, like dust that burns. They say it smells toasty. I don't know. Mechanic shop. Some people do love
the greasy,
that greasy smell.
Shop. I don't care for that.
Isn't it popcorn? Like the burnt? Do you like burnt popcorn?
No, I don't like burnt popcorn.
I don't like a lot of disgusting smells.
I don't either.
This one says, I work at a facility that houses animals and smells very strongly. A lot of people, they say, don't like the way that smells. You can imagine dogs at Humane Society, you get them all together.
Yeah.
But this person kind of likes it. So
that's gross.
Let's see. I don't know about, remember photocopiers? They used to have a smell back in the day, the old machines.
I remember the Ditto machines. They definitely had a smell.
A lot of people like the smell of gas.
The Ditto machines, I don't mind that smell.
Oh, what's a Ditto machine?
It's the ink that used to go around.
Oh, yeah.
And hit the thing, and it had a definite smell of ink because it was on the outside, you know.
This one likes gas, this petrol. A lot of people like the smell of gas.
Yeah, I do like the smell of gas.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This person said, this is going to be weird.
But I don't like it when you put it in the car, like in the lawnmower, and I don't mind the gas smell like outside at the gas station, but when you put it in my car and stuff it in, then I don't like it.
Oh, you mean put the can in the back seat?
Yeah, like in the back of the car, and you have to smell it.
Well, we have a truck
home.
now, so we shouldn't have to worry about that anymore.
That's nice.
This one person said it's weird, but they like the smell of their underarms.
That's gross.
Remember that girl that used to put her arm, and then she'd smell them? She'd put her hands under her armpits, and then she smell them.
Just lift my armpits and take a whiff and say, whoo, I need a shower.
Some people like the smell of fresh asphalt. Not ass. I didn't say asphalt. I said asphalt. Some people like the smell of,
the tar. The tar on the car.
The tar on the car. I don't like that. Gasoline, we just said. Another person said they like gasoline. One person said they love boob sweat.
That's gross.
Nothing like some good old boob sweat that they like. Fish food flakes. I don't know what that means. Sometimes the smell of fish is kind of disgusting.
Yes.
How about the smell of burning firewood? See, to me, that when we go and do like the fire pits thing, I don't mind that. I like that.
I like that smell.
That doesn't seem like disgusting to
No,
me.
it's not disgusting, especially if you're roasting marshmallows and weenies and stuff. It's like a campfire smell,
This lady said she loves her boyfriend's armpits.
That's gross. Especially if he's been sweating.
No one said gooch grease. I'm surprised. They like the smell
put their
of gooch
nose
grease.
right in that gooch grease.
We might have to leave, Tara. We may have to be done now. I think we're
we
done.
might get kicked off.
Yeah, because we're talking about smelling. But yeah, I don't. The smell of. We talked about skunks. Yeah. It's just that's kind of that's a tough one. Although there was a smell in our garage, was really getting on. I thought it was garbage. You know,
it went away now.
It's gone, but I don't think it was garbage.
I think it was something. It smelled like something died in there.
Yeah, I think something.
You think
died.
We're going to find it in the spring?
I mean, I do need to clean that.
You'll hear me screaming if I find it.
Once we get that shower done, I can start,
cleaning
really
everything
cleaning
out.
stuff out. But yeah, we need to find out. But it doesn't smell anymore, so I don't know. Does that? I didn't think it ever just went away. I thought it got worse.
Usually, if something dies,
doesn't it get worse?
So maybe it was something in the garbage.
They find
maybe there was something dead in the garbage and it went away now.
Well, maybe
the garbage man picked it up.
They find people in their, like haven't talked to them for weeks, and they find people in their house because no one checked on them.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it got worse.
Yeah.
Before it got better. Not that you want to find anybody.
Especially like that. That's been gone a while.
Yeah. All right, that's it. We're done. We fulfilled all of our obligations for
all of your notices.
We might have to go maybe we'll do a Valentine's Day. I think we'll have a show before Valentine's Day. We'll have to do something about Valentine's. I didn't think about that.
Some romance stuff. Huh?
Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll go on and do an AI, have them, I want them to do nothing but have AI produce a show for us for Valentine's Day. We'll do everything the AI says.
Oh.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. See
we're
what comes out.
Do it all. What if
whatever it says we're doing, we're doing.
Oh, that's
just luckily we're not on video. We can always start, nude biking and nude podcasting.
That's gross.
Let's try that. See how that works out. But anyway, okay. So thank you so much for listening.
Remember, it's cold here.
That just means the turkey's done. That's when never mind. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday we have a new episode, and we might have some new listeners because they did a story on me at work. The roots of this company. I don't usually say the name but so who knows? Hopefully people will be, that's what they talk about. But we just talk about oddball stuff. We're not hard hitters.
No, we don't. We try not to we try to stay out of the political realm.
Yeah, because it's just, you could find that anywhere. You don't need that here. We want just to tell you these oddball stories.
We do have opinions on that, though.
We do have lots of opinions, but no one cares, to be honest. We want to talk about nude biking. We want to talk about gooch grease. Go back to listen to that one. That was a good episode.
One's funny.
Gooch grease. I don't know which one it was. I'll have to go back and look. We talk about the Chinese marathon runner that chain smoked 26.2 miles. I think he should get an award just for that. So we talked about a lot today. But don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. There's something else. I'm hoping to have SpeakPipe so you can leave messages.
You keep saying that.
I know. I keep saying it. Maybe this weekend I'll be able to.
If we ever stayed home.
Well, that would help. And
the day we were home, the furnace man was here.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate that. I know there's something else that we're supposed to say at the end here. And you can also leave a message on Spotify. I don't know if Apple's doing it or not. And so thanks for listening, and we're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.